Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and finding me on YouTube. This is episode 1 that I'm posting, and I'm going to be posting videos on here on a regular. I'm going to try and hit 1 a week, but if we can't do 1 a week, we're going to do it when we can. But first, today I want to be talking about my story of how I ended up working at McDonald's. So it's really interesting. I was a late starter at working in the working game. So I started out when I was about 19 years old, and I finally decided, okay, I need to put down Call of Duty, I need to start making some money. So I ended up eventually getting the job at McDonald's, and they started me out at $7.25 an hour. My job was to appear at work at 5 o'clock in the morning was when my shift started, and they hired me on to be a food prepper. So what I basically did was I would get all of the containers and food, vegetables, salads pre-made and ready to go, so whenever the lunch hour hits, everything would be up and running and ready to go. So my eyes were burning, only hours of sleep, and the only thing that got me going through the day was the fact of knowing that I was going to get off early at about, 1:30? But that didn't turn out to be the case, okay? So 5:30, I was prepping. It took me a few hours, and then after the breakfast rush hit and I'd finished my prep work, they had me doing dishes. And you think just because stuff is being served in paper bags and plastic wraps, there wouldn't be any dishes. You would be absolutely wrong. I'm talking about dishes piled up on a whole rack. And it would take me hours to complete, at least 2 to 3 hours. And the manager would come in and check with me like, hey, what's going on? You need to wash a little faster. And I'm like, maybe you guys should have a few less dishes or pay me more. That'd motivate me to wash these dishes real quick. And so by the time I'd finish, go ahead, I'm moseying out the door. I should have left 30 minutes ago. But wait, a rush came in. We can't afford to let you leave. So what they did was they threw me at the window. Okay, I'm exhausted, but I'm at the window. And so here I am, handing out bags, putting on a fake smile. Just done. If you ever get bad customer service at McDonald's, you might know why. They're probably overworked, tired, ready to go. But let's move on. I'd like to fast forward in time about 1 year. You might be asking yourself, why the heck would you stay at this place for more than 1 year, right? Well, the answer is I have no idea. I was just there. Anyways, 1 month later, I'd like to fast forward, they promoted me to a manager. And I was, a little impressionable. I was flattered. I felt like I meant something to the company. And for my promotion, they went ahead and gave me a 75-cent raise. So at that point, I was like, whoa, moving up in the world, becoming a manager, making $8 an hour. This is going to be amazing. So I was a manager. And with managerial positions, you have to deal with customer complaints. You have to deal with staff that's tired and people that just don't want to work. Customers that are always trying to get under your skin. So there was this one time, it was a busy lunch rush, maybe about 12:30, 1 p.m. on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And this lady comes in. She was just your usual typical customer, this nice woman walking in. I'd like to point out that she was wearing some Versace shades. Although it doesn't matter to me, it seemed to matter to her. So she came in and she immediately asked to speak to the manager. So I just calmly stepped forward and asked her what the problem was. She said that she had placed an order and that the employees had messed up on her order. And so I told her, okay, well, just tell us what you had and we'll go ahead and make it for you at no charge. We'll go ahead and fix what we had messed up. And so She then proceeds to tell us that she ordered 50 McChickens and 50 McDoubles because it was for a soccer team that her child was in. And so I just kind of looked at her. Well, I asked her, okay, ma'am, well, do you have a receipt for these transactions? And she looks back at me, still wearing her shades on. Granted, we're inside of a building. She says, look, I do not have a receipt, but do you see these Versace shades? You see, I have money. I can afford McDoubles, I can afford McChickens. But you guys messed up my order. And so I said, okay, ma'am, we cannot make 50 McChickens and 50 McDoubles without proof of purchase or without even bringing the food in. And then she starts to threaten to call corporate. At that point, I should have just given her the number to corporate, let her call and file the claim. But okay, I was 19, first job, undertrained, underpaid, overworked. So I said, you know what, ma'am, we're going to go ahead and take care of you. So what I did was I put 2 people on the grill. I told them, okay, we need 50 McChickens and we need 50 McDoubles and we need to get it out right now. And it was so crazy. We had McChickens, McDoubles flying from the kitchen all the way to the front of the dining room. And I had to comp every single one of those. And I never heard anything about it from my supervisor. No one mentioned anything about it. But I'm just at the edge of my seat, just thinking about how this lady, although she was most likely lying, got away with 100 sandwiches. Thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it. If you want to, subscribe. And I want to hear about some crazy stories. Drop it off in the comments section. Tell me about your bad experience working at McDonald's. Tell me about your bad experience as a customer. Or maybe just a good experience that was crazy. See you guys next time.